everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and today I have this sketch that I'm going to be using from the scrap room, and I'll give you a little bit more detail about that in just a second. I'm using this Birthday Wishes from Echo Park, and I have done several photos from this event, and I'll link those down below because they are completely different. But the main reason that we went to Family Fun Center was for Tyler's 13th birthday. And so these are the photos that are kind of just left over from that event. And I wanted to obviously document that his birthday. So I have the two photos of one with me and him and one with his cake, and then just some random photos that were left over. So I am taking this one-page sketch and I am using it for the photos of me and Tyler and his birthday cake. And I wanted the layout to be fun and whimsical because the Family Fun Center is definitely fun and whimsical. Their whole slogan is, "It's huge." It's one of those places that are here locally in Orlando, and it is a little different than Disney World and Universal and all of the other places. It is definitely more like a carnival type place. It's free to get in, free parking, and then you just pay per ride, or you can buy a ride band for all of the rides. So that's why I went with this paper, even though it's a 13th birthday. It's where you're looking more towards being out of that whimsical stage for a child. I thought that this was perfect. And the cake that she got was amazing. If you guys can really see that in the details, it's a 2-layer cake, and it has like what looks like tickets on the top. So they have all these different rectangles, I guess, and it says ticket, omit 1 and 13 for his birthday. So I thought that was a really amazing cake. So what I'm doing now is basically taking the base of the sketch. Now, I had to make my background a little bit bigger because even though there's no dimensions in the photos, it looks like those photos are probably closer to 3x4 than 4x6. But I made it work for my photos that I had. And that's what you can do with a sketch. Stretch it a little bit, make it whatever works for you. And that's what I love so much about sketches. And then I just used my 6x6 paper pad in the orange, the blue, and the red to make those cards or background pieces on the left-hand side. Now, I am a 2-page scrapper, and this will end up being a 2-page. And that's what I think is amazing about being able to scrapbook, is that I don't feel like I need to have complete cohesiveness on the 2 pages. Sometimes I'm perfectly fine with the way that this turned out. It is definitely a lot more paper focused on the left-hand side with only the 2 photos, and I did a lot more embellishment on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side I just focused on the 3 photos. I added a little bit of embellishment, a little bit of paper, because I felt like I didn't want to overwhelm the layout. And so what I was going to do a 2 pictures on top of each other with a 4x6 card, but I couldn't find a 4x6 in the horizontal. They were all vertical. So I went with the straight across strip, and then I cut out these strips of paper and added those to above and below the pictures. And I love the way that this came out because I feel like it flows into the right-hand side of the layout. It has lots of things on the left, and then it really focuses on the photos on the right. So I did use faded jeans, and I think that this is probably my favorite blue Distress ink because it is truly like a navy color. So I use that to distress all of the edges or ink up all of the edges. And then to add cohesiveness to the layouts, I used my T-square ruler and lined up the photos. So I have the photos going across the page, all 5 of them, in the same line across the page. So your eyes really do travel from the far left all the way to the far right because they are in that line. And this is where you definitely want to use a T-square ruler if you're trying to put something on, because it was, I don't even know how I got it so crooked. So I pulled out my T-square ruler to put that orange on. Was trying to see if it looked better on the left, but I definitely didn't like it that way. So put it back on the right where I originally planned. And now I'm adding the embellishments that you see on the sketch itself. So I added this circle. It looks like one of those old view timers, and it says time to celebrate and party, because this was definitely a big birthday. 13 is a big one for, I think for any gender, boy or girl. I think birthdays are, age 13 is a big one, because the next one is really 16. When you get your license or a car or things like that, that's kind of a next big birthday. So, and then I also added a little tiny birthday cake and a present next to that little viewfinder. And then what I decide next is I'm going to add this happy birthday banner to the orange 6x6 piece of paper. And I did buy 2 of these kits simply because I knew that boy birthdays, I have 2 boys, I have a ton of nephews, so I figured I would get a lot of use out of it, and which I'm really glad that I did, because there was only 1 birthday hat on this sticker sheet, and I thought that was so weird. So I pulled out the other sticker sheet and got the same birthday hat and added it to both ends, so it kind of looks like the ends of the banner. And then I added just I guess it's supposed to be confetti, a little green confetti to the top where happy birthday is. And I really like the way that turned out. So then I put this big birthday cake next to the picture of us. I feel like it kind of matches the birthday cake in the photo. It's a multi-tier birthday cake. And on the right hand side, I add this little square here that has a cupcake on it where I'm going to add my journaling later. I want to tell you guys a little bit about the Scrap Room. They have a blog and a Facebook group. I will link those below. But this sketch is their March Jumpstart sketch. And if you want to take a stab at this sketch, you can go over to their blog and post your link to it, and you will be entered for a chance to win a $10 gift certificate to the Scrap Room. And they have monthly kits and things like that in their store, so definitely something you guys want to check out. You do have until March 31st, 2019 to enter that, and I will post all of those links below. I had these 3 tickets, and it says it's a party, fun times, and then come one, come all, let's celebrate. And I thought that those would be perfect. I got, actually, it was in like a little grab bag that I got. It was a roll of these stickers, and I loved them. I've used them. I think I've used all of them. I think these are the last 3 that I had, but the colors work perfectly for this layout, and they just fit so well. So I pulled those out and added those to it. I added the date and then my journaling, and that's it for this layout. My journaling just says Tyler's 13th birthday was at Family Fun Center. We had a blast on all the rides, and the cake was very yummy. So here are a few close-ups for everyone. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layouts, make sure you click on that subscribe button. Thanks for watching and have a scrappy day.